Kinda Conscious podcast, fam. Today we have a special discussion. Tommy, you actually brought this idea to me, so where you get the inspiration?
So, I was on the gram, and I saw...
I was on the gram.
and on Twitter, and I saw that the Game made a list last week about the best rappers alive. He listed his top 10 best rappers alive, and I disagreed with the list. So I hit up Sid, I'm like, hey, Sid, we need to give them an official list of what the top 10 is.
Yeah, because first of all, it's super easy to disagree with the Game. This nigga is the worst on social media. He's a fucking douchebag. I hate that he makes such good music because he's on the internet doing all types of crazy shit. Talking about people he done slept with and who ain't slept with who. Basically like a female.
Just unnecessarily just exposing whoever for no reason.
A terrible human being.
He act like somebody that's not famous.
Yeah. He act like a person I would not follow.
Yeah.
Like a person who just keeps getting put on my timeline. I'm like, yo, stop posting this nigga. So alright, you came to me with the idea, let's make 10, and we did it. But let's be specific. It's 10 currently alive, and it's all opinion based, you know what I mean? But criteria being impact, ability, and just talent, dog. But so let's differentiate talent and ability because you asked me. A motherfucker, it's just like having potential, but you don't do nothing with it. You know what I mean? So talent being a criteria, but then what they've done with that talent, the skill level, how did it communicate, and then what's the impact that it had. So let's get it straight into number 10. Number 10, we had Busta Rhymes.
Okay.
And
the legend.
Where'd you have him on your list? Because we could just be up front with how we.
I had him 10 on my list.
You had a 10 on your list. I had this nigga where I had him. I had him at 1, 2, 3, 4. I had him at 5 on mine. But yeah, so I feel like it's fair. 10. He's got 9 albums. He's got something like 56 music videos, something like 91 singles.
He might be, as far as hip hop is concerned, he might be the GOAT as far as music videos is concerned.
I think he is. I think the only person competing with him in music videos is Missy.
Yeah.
This nigga, I mean, you gotta look, he was leaders of the new school. You know what I mean? He was running around with Tribe and them, and that I forget what the name of the collective was, but it was like all of them. It was Tribe, Queen Latifah, De La Soul. I think it was called Sons of something. But anyway, everybody first probably listened to this nigga was rah like a Dungeon Dragon.
Yeah.
He do little dog because your pants are sagging. You know what I mean? Like, and then he went into the Busta that controlled everything visually. You know what I mean? With the put your hands where my eyes can see. Just amazing videos.
And then where I really started appreciating his level of like lyricism was actually when he cut the hair off. He got with Dr. Dre. And what he did with Dre, that Big Bang, it was amazing. But he slowed it down so the casual fan, the casual listener can hear the lyrics that he was spitting.
Right. I really would have had him higher on my list if he never would have went through that phase over there. Oh,
the Young Money phase.
The Young Money phase.
Young Moolah, baby.
I was all right. I was shitty with that nigga though because, like, why are you even signing to Young Money? You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather him been independent than to be running around with. Who was on Young Money at the time? Tyga. I don't want my Busta Rhymes ever on the same plate as Tyga. I don't want it touching. I don't want none of it touching. I don't want no sauce.
No extra sauce.
No Tyga pause. None of that. But, you know what I mean? He bounced back, though. with that most recent joint, Extinction Level Event 2.
See, that's where I end up putting on my top 10 because we live here in Houston, and I really wanted to have Scarface as my number 10. I think Scarface is one of the greatest MCs of all time, but that Extinction Level Event Part 2, if you think about how long he's been in the game and what he's able to do on this new album, I was like, you gotta have him in your top 10.
This shit was crazy, dog. Like, in fact, I don't know I would have put Bust in my top 10 alive if he didn't drop that out. Like, I probably would have had him like in my 20, you know what I mean? Obviously, because he's the God MC, you know what I mean? But that shit was just dope, dog. Like, that. And even, I'm making fun of his like Cash Money run, but I mean, people happen to have loved that shit. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? And he, from his own words, he used to do the fast rapping shit first anyway. You know what I mean? It's just not how most of us fell in love with him. So Bust, number 10, I feel like it's righteous. Move on to number 9.
Number 9. Number 9.
All right, number 9 on the list is who we got?
Lupe
the Fiasco. What's your immediate thought there? Where'd you have him on yours?
Honestly, I didn't even have Lupe on my list at all. And I feel bad about not having Lupe on my list. I'm going to take you back to when we was in college, and I had a conversation with you because at the time, you thought that Biggie was the greatest rapper of all time.
All time, yeah, I did.
And I said, after his first 2 albums, after The Cool had came out, and it was incredible. It was a flawless album.
It's crazy.
And I'm like, after these first 2 albums, if Biggie can be the greatest of all time after 2 albums, why can't Lupe after these 2 flawless albums be in the top 10?
I remember you said that. Look, my mind was not open to that shit. Right? First of all, Lupe only had 2 albums out.
Big only had 2 albums at the time.
But that's big. Right? You couldn't. I didn't even have Jay above Big at that time. Like there was nothing nobody could do to tell me that was just a crazy comparison. But
2 albums of flawless material.
Fast forward, what, 14 years almost? Because Food and Liquor came out in 2006. The Cool came out 2008 or 7. Dog. First of all, that what a fucking run. Yeah. What a run, those 2 joints.
I actually saw him live right after The Cool came out, and he put on a show.
Where'd you see him at? IU?
IU.
I saw him at DePaul.
Okay.
I saw him at DePaul. Me, Dub, and Hurt, we rode up to DePaul, and the frat had tickets for like the low. Like, we got in there to see Lupe for like $10, dog. Like $10 a piece. Like that shit was crazy. He did some really dope shit too. Like after the concert, like unnamed people had taken like a group of girls like backstage, like after he was done.
Okay. Took
a bunch of girls back there. You know, they was dressed up, they had the heels on and whatnot. This nigga Luke came out like 15 minutes later like, yo, I don't know what y'all think I'm on, but like y'all don't have to do this. You don't bring me women backstage. Like that's not the type of dude I am. He was like, we'll be out in the hallway, it was in a gym, so it was like in a little hallway area. It was like, we'll be out in the hallway and I'll sign autographs and take pictures with whoever want to sign autographs, who wants an autograph and takes pictures. I'll be out there, but y'all ain't got to do this shit. And I was like, this is why I like this nigga. Now, some may be confused of why he's on the top 10 alive. I personally had him at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had him at 7 for me, just based off of pure raw talent. Like this nigga is amazing, and if you disagree with that and you don't see why, go listen to Waves, which is not his last album, but the album before last. And Waves is amazing, dog. In fact, he's got like a 3-joint run that I would suggest to anybody. With Waves and what's the name of that joint? It's because they're all kind of like concept albums. which I completely.
His last joint, I want to say it was called Colors.
Colors? I don't know what color.
He had an EP that came out.
Oh, House. You talking about House?
Okay.
Yeah, House. Yeah, that House was dope. He released House and Tape like at the same time. Those are like EPs.
I'll bring up that because while you're looking for the album you're looking for, that EP was just last year and he's still incredible with the words.
Tetsuya and Youth.
Oh,
Tetsuya and Youth. So you got, like, right in a row, you got Food and Liquor 2, Tetsuya and Youth, and then he gave us Waves. And Waves is just... You can't tell me nothing bad about that man when it comes to being able to put rap out. And as far as his impact, I want to say, during that whole debacle after his second album, when people were like protesting, like, get him out his deal. Yeah. I never, at that time.
He started making songs with Trey Songz.
It was nasty. But the song did really well. Yeah. I know you. Like, this shit was trash to me. Yeah. But it did really well. And and I never at that time seen the people kind of like rally behind like a nigga and be like, yo, let him out his deal. We want Lupe to have control over his own shit. And like that's impact. When the people get behind you like that, and that's around the same time there's that Occupy Wall Street shit. And he was like a big voice in the Occupy Wall Street shit.
He's such a great MC that I want to say within the last year he said he was better than Kendrick. And
he did.
I was like, I had to think about it. Like,
yeah, you got to think. Like, I mean, it's
bar for
bar. It's arguable.
It's arguable.
You got to remember, he came in the game with a cosign from Hov, like off top. Yeah. First album, bow, he's on there. You know what I mean? Like, that's rare. You know what I mean? So it obviously speaks to his talent level. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, Lupe number 9, number 8. Who we got at number 8 of the top 10 greatest rappers alive?
This is on you. I'm gonna let you start this one off. This is the winner.
Oh,
this is for the
ladies. Give it up for the ladies. So, number 8, Nicki Minaj / Cardi B.
It's a slash.
It's a slash. It's a slash. It's a slash. The reason why I did it like that is because those two, in the greater span of my adult life, have been the major like movers and shakers for just the female voice in hip hop. Yes.
They took female rap as far as the success of female rap to a whole nother stratosphere.
Yeah, especially Nicki. And I'm not the biggest Nicki Minaj fan at all, but you gotta acknowledge the work. Yeah. You gotta acknowledge the work. Now, the reason I can't give her that spot by herself is because if we're talking about greatest 10 rappers alive right now, meaning active as we speak, you know what I mean? Nicki ain't really there. Yeah. But that's because Cardi had kind of taken the fucking torch and just gone. You know what I mean? Like, it was like an even passing off, like a relay race almost. Even though in the beginning there was that whole thing like they don't like each other, whatever, which, you know,
who knows?
Who knows? And right now, we go and champion women empowerment and say that they are both black women that love one another, and
So, like the relay, I would say Cardi's more like the anchor right now. She's bringing it home and taking it to the next level. Yeah. Where they wouldn't even be in the position to win a race if it wasn't for Nicki. But Nicki passed it on to Cardi. Even if she didn't choose to, she passed it on.
She definitely didn't choose to do that
shit. Cardi's taking it to that next level and bringing it home where she has a diamond single. She has, off of her first album, her only album, she has every song on there is at least gold. A bunch of them are platinum, but at least they're gold.
Right. I mean, and then you got to look at it like, this is the perfect rags to riches story, you know what I mean? Which is really hip hop. Yeah. Hip hop comes from that, you know what I mean? I ain't got nothing, but I got a talent. I'm gonna make this shit shake, and I'm gonna succeed, and I'm gonna do everything I can to do it. She literally came off the pole, got off the pole, and went directly into reality TV, which is just, celebrity pole.
Yeah.
And then, the nigga that was on the is it Love and Hip Hop?
I don't watch none.
Love and Hip Hop New York. I think that's where she came from.
Reality shows? I don't watch none.
Yeah.
So you gotta educate me on what you're talking about.
Love and Hip Hop New York. She was like a character. Well, it's supposed to be reality TV, but that shit's scripted. You know what I mean? Mona Scott be pimping these She's a pimp, dog. But anyway, yeah, she was just on there and like she was talking about she wanted to rap, and there was a nigga named DJ Self who's a DJ in New York, and he was kind of like treating her like shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like not taking her serious.
Yeah. And
that nigga's got to be. Every morning he should look in the mirror and call himself a dumbass.
Idiot.
He should wash his face and say, "You are an idiot." Like this nigga.
They have speaking of impact, so Cardi, they have the Houston rodeo here every year, and it's one of the biggest rodeos probably in the country. And every year they have like what's called Black Night. They have like an artist who is black headline.
That shit ain't called Black Night.
Well, we call it Black Night. Because
Black Night.
It's the one night they have a black artist.
Yeah.
So the black artists come, and then out of all artists who have ever headlined a concert at the rodeo, Cardi B sold out the quickest and the most tickets, period, in the rodeo history.
Yeah, I recall because I was supposed to be bartending. That shit's nuts, but I mean that's Cardi. You know what I mean? Like I personally loved. If it was up to me and it was just my favorites, I'm having Cardi right there. I would not have Nicki there. Yeah. But I'd be stupid to say that though because Nicki's still alive. Nicki's still putting out music.
Thing about Nicki is you got to give her credit whenever. I'll give her credit as far as what you were talking about skill, the talent. When you put Nicki on a song with any male who is an actual good rapper, she always goes hard.
Unless it's Drake.
She out-rap Drake on every song.
Every time. Every time.
Every single time.
But she reserves those songs for like doing her little sing-songy shit. Mm-hmm. When they get together. Oh, I hate that
Monster?
so much.
The verse on Monster?
Everybody always gets that Monster verse, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing. It was amazing. I personally think that ain't nothing but Safari back there, but I can't prove it. You know what I mean? So, whatever.
Lil Wayne.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think Wayne touched it. I think if you look at the way Safari moves, like a super weird dude,
yeah,
that sounds like some shit he would have done.
Monster. That's
caught up in a honka, well enough in that wonka. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. Yeah, so that's number 8. We got a number 7.
Number 7. Oh, shit. I put this person on my list. You didn't.
Who's 7?
I feel ashamed of you not putting it on the list.
Eminem.
By far, to me, has the best rhyme schemes in hip-hop history and the best syllable...
the best rhyme scheme in hip-hop history? You know how many people have rapped?
His rhyme schemes are the best ever. No. Like, the way he plays, like, as far as the sound of words and his rhyme schemes, that's what he specializes in. I sit back and
Okay, so yeah, that shit was amazing. And that's the reason why I didn't have him in my 10. Mm-hmm. Now, he ends up in like the 15 range for me. But, I mean, that shit he did, what is it, Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady LP, and then, what's the third one? Is it Encore? Hold on, let me look that up real fast. I believe it's
the first
Encore.
3.
Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, and then
Marshall Mathers Show? I think that's the third one.
The Eminem
show.
The Eminem show. Yeah. Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, the Eminem show, and then Encore. Yeah. Now,
the Slim Shady show is my favorite album he ever recorded.
That was a hell of a run, dog.
Yeah.
That was one hell of a run. But here's why he can't get in my 10.
Mm-hmm.
What's after that? Relapse, Recovery.
Recovery was actually good, though.
And it was alright. It
was different for him.
Yeah.
He had the Rihanna song on there.
I personally didn't want to hear him. So I didn't want to hear him. I didn't hear that.
You want him on as many drugs as possible.
Kill your baby mom again. Kill her again.
I know she did from the first album.
Bring her back, kill her again, and apologize to your daughter. That's what
Go for your mom one more time.
Cuss your mother out. Flip off the paparazzi. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do think his very last album, the Music to Murder By.
Yes.
That was really good.
Yes, he came.
That was really good. But all of that other shit, like between fucking Relapse and Music to Get Murdered By, everything in between there,
yeah,
I could do without.
Kamikaze was trash.
Oh, it was super bad. Even he said it was bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
why he released, I want to say Music to Be Murdered By, like, right afterwards or something like that.
To get that nasty taste out of our mouths.
Yeah.
Pause. Super pause.
He is one of the greatest, also, like when I said, like the rhyme schemes,
yeah.
The wordplay, the way he plays with sounds, and he'll say literally anything.
And there ain't too many rappers who have gone toe to toe with Hov, and people actually been like, you know what I mean? Like nobody could just say, "Oh, the nigga got Hov," except for Eminem. Like Eminem, the only person they say that shit about. I personally don't feel that way, but you got to be in the discussion. You got a verse with Hov.
He also, think about this though. We both love battle rap.
Word.
He is the only battle rapper that I can think of to actually cross over and actually be a mainstream success.
It depends though.
I'm not talking about like DMX, Hov, like that type.
Yeah.
I'm talking about he was actually in battle rap contests and like he was in the Rap Olympics. He was like an actual battle rapper.
Some people would say though that's when battle rap turned commercial though.
Okay.
Around that time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, arguably. It depends on who you're talking to.
He has a whole movie about battle rap.
He does. Nobody else has done that. So yeah, he's got to be in the discussion. I'm not mad at you having him there. Mm-hmm. It was just, I personally got him closer to the 15 range. Because it was just so much garbage in the middle of there. And he's a white boy, and you know.
If it wasn't for the garbage, he'd be higher.
He would be way higher. Yeah, he would be way higher. And you know, he's also white.
He's also to our white audience,
we don't have a white audience. There are no white people.
I don't want nobody bringing this shit up 2 years from now. Like, hey,
if there's anybody white listening to this, they understand. They understand. Their favorite rappers ain't white.
But on that note, he paved the way for the Astro Ross. What's the kid now?
Vanilla Ice paved the way for Astro.
We never took them seriously as rappers.
Who didn't? He sold millions.
No one took Vanilla Ice.
He sold millions. He sold millions.
No, he wasn't taken seriously. He's the first one who really took.
Yeah, he was the first. He was the first one.
I remember Vanilla Ice rapping on the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah, the shit was hard though. All right, let's move on. What we at 6? We at 6.
Yeah.
Number 6. Who we got?
You had him a lot lower than I had him.
Ah, yes. Weezy F baby. Lil Tunechi. Yeah. So yeah, we got Wayne at 6.
Hailing straight from Louisiana.
Obviously, the nigga has the talent.
Yeah.
He showcased his abilities to use that talent. Huge impact. I don't think we get the current batch of rappers without Lil Wayne.
Oh no, they definitely his kids.
Yeah. But that's you said when I had him, I didn't have him high on my list. I think I had him on my list.
You had him at 9.
You had him at 9. Because all of those people that he influenced that are successful right now, I think they're all terrible.
All trash.
They're all trash. But Lil Wayne created this space for them that happens to be very successful. So it's like, regardless of what I think, it doesn't matter what I think. It works.
Lil Wayne's impact really, if I'm being honest, it can't really be measured. Because hip hop at that particular time, Hov had retired. Nas wasn't really released. Hov
retired. Air quotes. Air quotes.
Nas wasn't really releasing consistent music.
He was not.
And hip hop was about to die. And he came through, changed his style up, and released so much music.
Crush the buildings, man. Crush the buildings. That Carter 1, Carter 2.
Carter 3 was the peak.
I hate it
commercially.
But commercially, yeah.
Let the beat build, Dr. Carter.
Hey, Mr. Carter. Yeah. Let the beat build. The joint he had about George Bush at the end. That joint, I can't remember the name of it.
Even if you think about the mixtapes, you're thinking about
Georgia Bush. That was
that's on the mixtapes.
That was on the mixtapes.
That's
Dedication.
Yeah. You personally hate Dedication.
I do.
You can put Dedication next to some of people's albums, some of their best albums.
Lil Wayne is one of those times where my opinion don't really matter because the impact is too great. It's just too great. The nigga released like 3 mixtapes in between every album, and it just kept going and kept going to the point that they were saying that he was killing everybody's beat. Oh, you want to make a beat? Lil Wayne gonna get on there. He gonna kill it. And he gonna make it his own. I forgot who the original was because Lil Wayne did this and this to it. Which
I don't remember how Party Like a Rock Star, the original song, actually.
Party like a.
Other than that part, I don't know what that song sounds like. I know that Wayne killed it.
I don't remember the verses either. Yeah, Wayne. Yeah. Get anything on that track?
Hov even said mixtape Wayne.
He did say that. Wayne said Hov called him after Carter 1 or 2. And the only thing he said was, I see you. Yo, that's all I need. If I'm a rapper, that's the moment for me.
When the GOAT say, hey, I see you.
Yeah.
And he was so confident. I'm taking it back. When he started his run,
best rapper
alive
since the best rapper retired.
When he said that, and then he tried to stand on it. He did not just say it.
No.
He was trying to stand on it.
And in fact, I was under the belief that Hov really was retired.
Yeah.
So even I was like, maybe. Maybe. Because that Carter 1 and 2 is just...
The intro to Carter 2.
The intro to Carter 1.
The
interludes.
Oh, man.
The nigga, he came out of nowhere, dog.
Go to the Molly.
How do you come from wobbly to this shit? Like it was an amazing thing. And like I said, Carter 3, it was crazy. What's this?
In the bathroom getting head for speed.
Don't you turn your head at me. He's been doing it. Now he tried to ruin it. Yeah. Now that nigga was on one. What was his last album? The one that just dropped?
The Funeral.
The Funeral had some joints.
Yeah.
It had some joints.
That's the one with the piano trap.
Yeah. It was alright. It was those joints.
Yeah.
But he had like 18 tracks on there.
That's what he be doing.
That's where he's messing up. Like those.
Give us 10 tracks.
Yeah. Give us 10 and it would be amazing. But those last 2 albums that he put out were just way too many songs. Because he had to make up for that Carter 5 shit with Baby.
Yeah. And he took a 4-year break that he didn't want to take.
Yeah, a forced hiatus. But shit, when that shit finally dropped, I was like, maybe Baby was right. Maybe Baby knew you. That's what it is. Like, I don't like the Tunchi phase.
Okay.
Like, when he stopped going Lil Wayne, Birdman Jr., when he changed over to Tune, Tunchi.
That's a totally different person.
I don't like any of that. I fuck with Weezy. F baby, please say the baby. But that Tunchi shit, I wasn't feeling that. But he deserves to be on there because the nigga's still alive. He's still putting out music. He just had a verse on the Khaled album that dropped last week.
And when he actually decides he wants to rap and focus on rap.
When he puts away the drugs.
Yeah. He still has the ability. We talking about ability.
Yeah.
He still has the ability to be one of the greatest rappers alive.
Yeah. No, he is. He is. And according to our list, he definitely is. Let's move on. Number five. Halfway through. 5, we have, what was that, Yeezy?
Nope.
We got it.
Coming out this week.
Jermaine Cole. Jermaine Cole at number 5. J. Cole. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Everything he's doing over there at fucking Dreamville is crazy. He's one of the only rappers in this kind of new generation that has integrity. You know what I mean? That I just watched his documentary, well, not documentary, but it was like a 12-minute documentary of his next album. What'd you think about it? Did you like it?
I liked it.
Me too. I wish it had been longer.
Yeah.
But I get what he was doing. But when he was detailing like his work ethic, like how he was like forcing himself to write a verse every morning, and how he's got a schedule now of when to be in the studio, because before he had his baby and everything, he would just be in there. He said if he wasn't in the studio for 12 hours, he did it bad. He felt bad about it, and I was like, that's why he's set apart from these niggas. You know what I mean? And then he made that run. Last year and the year before, where the features, when he finally was like, look, niggas say I don't do features, I'm gonna just do a bunch of features. He killed every last one of them.
He mentioned that he wanted to have that on his resume, that he actually rapped with other people.
Yeah.
And I hope with his album coming out this week, I hope that he used that same energy on this album and has other people produce songs for him. Oh yeah, no,
that already happened. Timbaland already tweeted that he was in the studio with him and that they made some shit.
Okay.
And so if he got Timbaland beats, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I seen a lot of the newer, the lovers of the new age hip hop. You would think that they all be like under 25, but sometimes them niggas be the same age as me, and just for some reason they love that shit. And they be like, oh, he's boring. His beats are boring. Whatever, you know what I mean? And I just attribute that to people with either A, short attention spans, or B, they don't listen to music for this. They don't listen to hip hop for the same reason I'm listening to hip hop.
Yes.
And being that this list is about hip hop, I don't really care what their opinion is. This man, every time he comes out, numbers.
Yes.
So regardless of what that,
and he was doing them without features.
With no features. This boring thing that they'll give him. And like I said, it's only a certain group and a certain age that would even say some stupid shit like that. Because look at what he does. Every time he comes out, every verse, you know that this is not a man who goes in there and accidentally made a verse. I've never heard anything from him that sounded rushed or that sounded like he didn't care.
Yes.
It always sounds like he gives a fuck.
Even the albums, the reason why I had them lower than you is because I think he's one of the most gifted MCs, rappers that we've heard. Mm-hmm. But I don't like when he sings. He sings a lot. So
he does.
You talk shit about like Drake singing, but it's different type singing.
Yeah, it's different. But it's still singing. It's different type singing.
It's still singing.
It is singing, but it's different. It's different.
It's still singing.
It's singing, but it's different. It's like the different, like 50 Cent.
Okay.
50 Cent sang, and he used to talk about Ja Rule for singing.
Uh-huh.
But it's two different types of singing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the problem here with J. Cole is I think that he is lyrically one of the greatest rappers of all time. So I don't want my people who are the greatest rappers of all time singing. I don't want to hear hoes singing.
I like my rappers to rap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Rappers need to rap.
Rappers need to rap, singers need to sing. I get that. Where'd you have him on your list?
I had him 7.
Okay, yeah, I had that nigga mad high. I had him at 4. You know what I mean? So yeah, but on our combined list to average out, he's at 5. Right?
You're the one who put me on the Cole. I remember summertime in college.
Young Simba.
You
Oh,
put me on Young Simba.
my God.
And I was a fan since then.
Dog, when I just happened to stumble upon it, because that's when YouTube was YouTube. You know what I mean? Like,
you can really find the artists on YouTube. Man.
Yeah. Well, you had to.
Yeah.
You had to. You know what I mean? Because Twitter was a thing, but it wasn't like what it is now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Facebook wasn't like a music platform at all. Yeah. So most of us was getting our music from YouTube. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and going down little rabbit holes. And when I found that shit, oh man, it was crazy. But as you see, where does he end up? He's the first rapper that Hov signed to Rock Nation. So if you're talking about, once again, like with Lupe, you're talking about that Hov co-sign out the gate. You know what I mean? He signed that nigga first. Mm-hmm. This is him redoing The Rock. You know what I mean?
And we cannot talk about J. Cole without talking about Friday Night Lights. Even though it's not officially one of his albums.
Oh yeah.
Friday Night Lights is
shit. If we can mention Lil Wayne's mixtapes, we can mention Cole's Friday Night Lights, the come up, the blow up. Them shits is certified, dog. Yes. You know what I mean? That's when we found them. So yeah, I can't wait to see what he does with this next album.
Stars Born. He was on Blueprint 3.
Yes, he was. And
I want to see the album. I want to hear what it sounds like. I'm not going into it with any type of expectation.
Well, yeah, he hasn't had an album in so long. It really wouldn't make no sense to. You know what I mean? Like,
I just want to hear what it is.
Yeah, I do too. I think KOD came out 3 years ago, wasn't it? It's like when I moved here. Like, it was fresh.
Yeah, you know, we've had a whole pandemic since then.
Yeah. And the fucking freeze out and all snowpocalypse and all of that shit. So yeah, it's been a minute. So hopefully, you know, it sounds like his head is on straight. So yeah, let's move on to number 4, I believe. We are number 4.
Oh shit.
Yes. Kanye.
Chi-Town's on.
Yeah. Chi-Town raised me, crazed me. I live by 2 words. Fuck you. Pay me. You can't deny it.
Yeah. That's Kanye.
I don't know a nigga who had a better 5 album run than him.
Yeah.
5.
Maybe in music, period.
Like, ever.
Them first 5?
Rap, R&B, you know what I mean? Like, the only people you can compare is, like, Mike Jackson. You know what I mean? Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
As far as 5 in a row that all were just culture shifting.
Oh, yeah. Even, which is the 4th one in that group, 808s and Heartbreak. 808s and Heartbreak changed the game. Talk about impact. There
is no Aubrey without 808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? There is no Kid Cudi without 808s and Heartbreak, dog.
I saw a Rolling Stone article a few years ago when they had College Dropout as like the greatest album of all time.
And anyone that would say that, I can't argue. I will argue with it. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not mad at you for saying that. If you come to me and you say College Dropout is the best rap album of all time, I'm gonna go, okay, tell me why. And that's all I'm gonna ask you because I understand why somebody could say that, but you're gonna have to explain it to me.
I became an alpha off of that album.
Dog.
That album means something.
That album is amazing, dog. Like, I remember before College Dropout dropped, I think it dropped in 04.
Yeah.
But in 03, it leaked.
Oh, yeah.
In 03, it leaked. And that shit was getting played all up and through the dorm.
He left some heat off of that.
Oh, yeah. Because, in Pickrell, in fact, the niggas was playing that shit. This is back when niggas would just turn the speaker up as loud as possible and point it to face outside or, turn it toward the hallway and just bump that shit, you know what I mean? And when we had to get outside and talk to each other.
When I went to IQI, Mac and I, we used to go to the computer lab, and it was like this website, I want to say it was called like KanyeWest.com or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. And it had like everything on it. Like,
oh, really?
Anything that was produced by him at the time, it was on there.
I know they shut that shit down.
Oh, yeah, they shut it
down. Kanye he's one of those guys that's like every time he drops, it's a thing. Every single time. In fact, everybody on this list, except for Busta Rhymes, which is the reason he's a number 10, the whole world moves. You know what I mean? Yes. Oh, and also Lupe. But Lupe, whenever he drops, the whole underground shifts. You know what I mean? So I can make room for.
Kanye's so rich right now, we don't know how rich he is.
We don't have no idea.
Like, there's rumors of how rich he is.
Yeah.
We have no clue how rich he is.
I read somewhere it was like $6 billion.
Like,
billion.
Yes.
This nigga, you just talking about influence. You talking about just a staple in the culture.
They said stop saving all the good beats for yourself.
Rockefeller's only niggas that help.
Like, Kanye, and what put the extra, like the cherry on top, whatever, was, for me, the Watch the Throne album.
Oh.
When he held his own with Jay-Z, I was like, yeah, he one of the greatest of all time. Like,
he has to be. He has to be.
You can't even argue.
Yeah. Hov has only done a joint album with one other person.
Yeah.
And he who shall not be named is probably the best in R&B of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think yay.
I want to see what the Donda album sounds like when he releases it.
If
that Donda album,
I hope it's amazing. Kanye's another one that, you know what I mean? Like, he spawned a whole generation of rappers. You know what I mean? Like, you could argue, you know what I mean, that the Cuddies, even Drake, Chance the Rapper, 100%.
Oh yeah, 100% Chance.
And anybody that's influenced by Chance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just out of Chicago, you know what I mean? Just out of Chicago, dog.
Like Chicago had Common, had Twisted, had Do or Die, but Kanye by far is the biggest rap artist to ever come from Chicago.
Out of the Midwest.
Yeah. Out of the Midwest
period. Like, the only person you can really argue
is Eminem.
Yeah. And, Eminem's been releasing too much poo.
Yeah.
I think Kanye, in my personal opinion, doesn't have a bad album. But if I have to say there's a bad album, I think everybody would agree it was the Yeezus album.
Yeah.
Which is like that grungy, kind of like rock, distorted shit. You know what I mean? But even that had Blood on the Leaves.
Yeah. That's the only bad one. I know rappers I got higher than him that has more bad albums.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know about that one.
No.
I wouldn't call them bad, but like, I don't know. Like, it's okay.
Yeah. In fact, the people that we do have above him, I think they all have just one. Mm-hmm. That's like, no. You know what I mean? But I think Kanye deserves to be there. I think he's the most influential rapper of our generation.
Yeah. Walt Disney.
He's the Didn't he go on Breakfast Club and was talking about how Nike wouldn't let him do this, and Adidas wouldn't let him do that, and like he wanted to be in there. He's Walt Disney, he's Steve Jobs, and niggas said he was nuts,
crazy.
It said he was crazy, and now look,
like he might have been on something. That's what they thinking now.
Yeah. Oh no, not even you might. It's right there. It's right there, and he finally. Let me not speak ill about it, but he's divorcing the Kardashians. That freedom without the Kardashians weighing him down, we might be getting some heat. We might be getting some unadulterated.
I know he's gonna be hungry on this next album. I miss
the old kind of.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna get. Yeah. But when he named after Donda, I was like, this is gonna be.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
When she died, he didn't name my album after. He just did. He went through the metamorphosis of 808s. He waited all this time to release Donda the album.
Right.
It's gonna be a deep album. He gonna spit,
and especially coming off the heels of that gospel album. So he's probably gonna have a lot of spiritual undertone, and the niggas that have gone out there and recorded with him that have said they've gone out there, all the Griselda boys, you know what I mean? Of course, Chance out there, Push being out there, you know what I mean? Like,
And shout out to Kanye. This is beside the point, but shout out to Kanye for just doing DMX's funeral out of love.
Say word.
He did that shit out of love.
In fact, he did it more than just love. He donated all of the money. Well, it's reported that he donated the money from the sales of that shirt to the family. It's reported that way. I hope it's right. But you never know. But I don't put it past him. I mean, niggas love X. Niggas love X.
Yes.
So yeah, let's go into number 3. Number 3, who we got? Number 3, Kendrick Lamar, K. Dot. I think it speaks for itself, dog. Like, he is undeniably, in my opinion, the most skilled rapper to debut in the last 15 years. For him to just come out within that time span, he's the most talented.
Yes,
I think
he's LeBron.
See, you know what? Let's change that. Let's say 12 years, because 15 would put him up against Lupe.
Okay.
And Kanye.
Since Kanye Lupe era, he's the most talented and skilled.
Yes, that class he's in, the J. Cole, Kid Cudi, Drake, A$AP Rocky, that class, he's the most technically gifted of all of them.
And what he did to me that really pushed him up another level was the damn album. Conceptually, front to back, you can reverse it, and he consciously chose beats with 808s. People was like he was singing on To Pimp a Butterfly a lot, and he consciously chose his sound to change to something that the mainstream audience might like a little bit more.
Right.
And when he did that, he gained a whole nother following. But he did the Jay-Z approach. I'm gonna make it sound the way you want to hear it, but I'm still gonna be I'm still gonna give you bars.
Word. Yeah, he spoon fed him. I mean, but also though, you gotta look at it. No two albums sound the same. No two albums sound the same. You can go back to Overly Dedicated, then to Section 80, which is my favorite album, but it's not a studio album. And then he comes with his first studio album with Good Kid, Mad City. What a move! What a change in the culture, dog. Like, I remember my first time hearing it. I could not believe what I was listening to. Like, I already knew he was good because of Section 80 and Overly Dedicated. I knew that. But that shit he did was amazing. Everybody loved it. I have not ever heard a person say they didn't like it. And then to bounce back with To Pimp a Butterfly, total different sound.
Yes.
It's like, Wow, he's really.
I'll say this about the first album. Well, not the first album, but first studio album. Mm-hmm. It's two things that I think separates him from like some other people one of the people that's on this list already. So, in hip hop history, a Dre stamp means everything. Like, if he tells the world that you're the next up, that means everything. Mm-hmm. So, unlike the other people who have had the Dre stamp, Snoop, Busta even, Eminem, mm-hmm. 50 Cent, mm-hmm. he didn't rely on Dr. Dre to give him beats. Like, that album that is technically part of Aftermath, he didn't just like, okay, Dr. Dre, give me as many beats as you can, like, mm-hmm. I'm gonna give heat regardless, like, if you give me some beats, you give me some beats, like, I'm good. I don't have to rely on your sound.
Well, I mean, you also gotta remember that under TDE, he wasn't even the first artist, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, people forget that J-Rock was TDE's first, like, push.
Okay.
But Kendrick was just so good that...
Undeniable.
Niggas was just like, here you go. In fact, which I thought was the dopest shit I ever seen, was after Good Kid, they did that concert somewhere in LA, and Snoop, Daz, Corrupt, The Game, Ice-T, like all of these older LA acts got on stage with K-Dot mm-hmm. and like physically told him like, this is you. Mm-hmm. Like you run the West now. Like
this is yours.
We passed the torch to you. Like he broke down crying on stage and shit. And that's the type of unity that allowed the West to take over and New York to kind of have to fade to the back. Mm-hmm. Because they don't visually have the unity that LA did, and really Kendrick revived that whole LA thing because I mean Game was out there, but as we said earlier, he just a fucking cornball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It just was ridiculous. Snoop is Uncle Snoop, so Snoop be dropping shit here and there, but ain't nobody.
Off that Good Kid, Mad City, he has one of the greatest songs I think in my eye in hip hop.
Dying of Thirst.
Down the Thirst. Down the Thirst. The first time I heard it. Like, if you just listen to it with, I had the Beats headphones on, I was listening to the album, I'm like,
Goosebumps.
Oh, wow, what is this?
Like, Goosebumps. Sing About Me / Dying of Thirst.
Yeah. Sing About Me is incredible. By itself is an incredible song.
Look, and then to combine that with Dying of Thirst.
I missed it the first time. I missed Dying of Thirst the first time.
How?
I listened to the song. It's like a little interlude in between the two songs.
When they start playing.
I skipped to the next song.
Oh.
I missed Dying of Thirst the first time I heard that.
That's where you made the mistake.
I'm like...
You robbed yourself for that experience. You robbed yourself. Because, bro, when you listen to it on the first listen and you let that ride, it's like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
It was it is amazing.
Yeah.
Tired of running. I'm tired of running. Oh, man, dog.
I'll take it one step further as far as Kendrick and why he's where he at on this list. Think about this. In today's era of hip-hop, it's very friendly.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Very like, we buddies, let's do a song together, let's have a good time.
Let's just throw Juicy J on there with us and it'll make it pop.
So, what he did with the Control verse, and there was another one, Heart.
The Heart Part 3, the Heart Part 2, the Heart Part 1.
All those.
The nigga just...
He attacks his competition.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
It's That's the reason why he's different.
Yeah.
That's the reason why he's different. Not only is he better, it's arguably that he's better. You know what I mean? Not only is his impact better, but it's arguably that he's better.
Yeah.
One thing is not arguable is he's the most competitive.
Oh yeah.
He's the most. It seemed like J. Cole want to be friends.
Yeah.
He just want to sit back and chill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let his hair look nasty. Like
Drake will sneak this you a little
Drake,
bit.
he does little sneaky, girly, petty things. You know what I mean? No. Kendrick is physically, like, audibly saying, I am contesting everything, everyone, I'm better than everyone.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I know y'all cool with me, but shit, y'all are not better than me. I'm better than y'all, hands down. It's not no competition.
Hey, it's funny how one verse can fuck up the game. That nigga dropped that Control, and people forgot that it wasn't his song. In fact, I remember hearing it, and when I went to go look for it on YouTube, I kept putting in Kendrick Lamar Control, and I couldn't find it until like 5 minutes in the search, and I'm like, this is a Big Sean song? Are you serious? Oh, okay. Oh, that's different. No, he's...
He remind me of that old school hip hop.
He is.
I know you don't, even though he's in your top 5, you don't really fuck with Pac like that, but Pac, it remind me of that. It remind me of Takeover. It remind me of Ether. It remind me of a certain type of hip hop where like,
yeah,
I'm the best. I'm gonna tell you I'm the best. I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah. Well, you know, To Pimp a Butterfly was originally called Tupac. It was To Pimp a Caterpillar.
Oh.
It was originally To Pimp a Caterpillar. Pimping a caterpillar, returning it to the butterfly. Yeah, Tupac.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. The number 2.
I might like that album a lot better if you would tell me that shit.
Yeah. The nigga won a Pulitzer, dog. Like, what are we saying? You know what I mean? So, yeah, K died at number 3. Number 2 of the greatest rappers alive.
Y'all ready?
Obviously. You know what I mean? Nasty Nas to Esco to Escobar. That beat is Nostradamus. The Nasty. Niggas Against Society. I feel like it's common sense, right? Like, he just won a Grammy. Like 2 weeks ago?
For Best Rap Album.
Yeah, for Best Rap Album. Which he should have gotten a decade and a half, 2 decades, some would say 3 decades ago.
He should have got it with Illmatic.
He should have got it with Illmatic. Classic, should have went triple. Yeah, nah, I mean, dog, first of all, he's still alive, so he's got to be on the list.
Yeah.
Second of all, he can out-rap anyone currently breathing if he wants to and if he tries to. Number 3, you're talking about a nigga with integrity, with years in the game, who, you know what I mean, other than 1 or 2 people, don't nobody have nothing negative to say about him. You know what I mean? This is Nas, dog.
This is Nasir.
This is Nasir. You know what I mean? and the King's Disease. Because I don't feel like we need to go all the way down his discography. I think niggas know. I think
they know Illmatic happened.
If you're listening to this and you give a fuck about hip hop, you know Illmatic.
Yeah.
You know Stillmatic.
Yes.
You know everything in between.
You know that hip hop was dead.
You know hip hop was dead. You know what I mean? You know that shit. You might have even listened to the shit he did with Kanye with the 7 songs. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
We sat here right here and listened to that whole album.
We did. We ran it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. But, you know, not everybody did. But yeah, Nas, dog, like what can you say? What can you say? All right.
And when Beef came to the door, he answered.
Oh, Beef came. Beef knocked that nigga door while he was in the room with his moms. His sick moms. Like,
you alright, Mom?
Mom, you need some water? He was like, hey, you suck. Yeah, this nigga Nas, he done been through it all, dog. He been through it all.
I say Nas also, he always had like a different style to him. He always was like a little flyer than everybody else. Like as far as like as far as his his type of like swag. His videos, he would use to dress up like in casino, like
we the flyest gangsters.
Yeah, always like,
yeah. He prided himself on that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Queensbridge. You know what I mean? Like this nigga. First of all, I do want to mention though, he's one of the worst actors I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
he's terrible.
Thank God for DMX.
Yeah. DMX saved that nigga, dog. He was terrible in Belly. In fact, he's in a new movie out too on Netflix.
Oh no,
it's called Monster.
I'm never gonna watch it.
Never gonna watch that. Never gonna watch that shit. It's him, ASAP Rocky.
Oh no.
Yeah. And it's about like a young black teenage male going to jail for hanging with some gangsters, and he goes for like murder or something, but he was hanging with like some gang members. And it's kind of like the trailer makes it look like maybe he ain't do it and he's wrongfully accused. That type of shit. Based in New York, so it's like nobody wants to see this.
In all those movies, they always like make it seem like he don't do it, and then in the end he didn't do it. I didn't see one of the movies where they actually fucking did it.
Oh no, that nigga did it.
Like, oh damn, that nigga did it.
What 50 Cent? Whatever they say he did, he did that shit.
I need one of them.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
Pookie from the block like that. Let's get Pookie off.
Free Pookie! Free Pookie! He didn't do it! You get 15 minutes to the end, you be like, oh no, that nigga Pookie did that shit. Pookie did that shit.
He was riding on his enemies.
He was riding on his ops. Yeah, so Nas at number 2.
Like Nas, let's not go past Nas real quick. Cause Nas with that album the last album, I want to say he could be number 1 if the reverse of Kendrick. When I said like Kendrick didn't use the cosign too much with Dr. Dre, if when he was with the firm with Dr. Dre, if he decided he wanted to have Dr. Dre just produce all his shit, Nas would go down probably as the greatest rapper of all time.
Well, the knock on him though is that
he can't choose beats. If he would allow Dre to imagine that half his career, Dre produced all the beats.
But it could never happen though.
Cause Dre won't fucking produce that many beats.
Never. And also though, where are they coming from, dog? There's no way that an East Coast rapper, not just regular old East Coast, we're talking about New York.
Yeah.
No, a West Coast producer, not just the West Coast, LA.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening, dog. You know what I mean?
When you think about LA, you think about Dr. Dre.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You think of Snoop and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Straight out there. Boom. That's it right there. You know what I mean? And man, Nas deserves that spot, dog. There's no way he can't. You know what I mean? He's still
storytelling.
Oh, dog. I Gave You Power?
Yes.
Rewind?
Yes.
One Mic?
I even like wish the audience. For anyone watching this, I will tell you to go back and look at the unreleased album. What's it called? He released the whole album. It was like unreleased tracks.
The Lost Tapes?
The Lost Tapes #1. Go back and listen to the Lost Tapes #1. Lost Tapes #1. Nas did his thing on the entire album. He should release that as an actual album because it was a classic.
What's your favorite Nas song? Right.
It's so
it's tough. Give me 3.
One Mic. It's the joint with DMX. It's on. Dang. The one with DMX is off his like 3rd album, I want to say. Come on. Life is what you make it. Make it. Nostradamus is the album, I want to say. DMX on there?
No.
The album before it.
I Am?
DMX is on the album.
Life Is What You Make It, yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Life Is What You Make It.
See, I didn't like I Am.
I didn't like the album. I liked the song with DMX.
Yeah.
Like, they did their thing on that song.
Yeah, Illmatic, classic. Stillmatic, classic. Godson, classic. Street's Disciple was a double disc, so a lot of people didn't fuck with it, but I did.
I like that one single he had off of that album.
Off of Street's Disciple?
Yeah.
Which one was this?
The one with like Quan?
Oh, Just a Moment. Can we please have a moment of silence? Yeah. To all my brothers who died from black on black violence.
Yes.
Yeah. Hip hop is dead.
My third one is the song off of that with Hov. What is Hov at?
Black Republicans?
Yeah, Black Republican.
My favorite 3 Nas songs are It Ain't Hard to Tell, Second Childhood, and Book of Rhymes. Book of Rhymes. And yeah.
Oh shit. No, let me take it back.
Nope.
No. Book of Rhymes is my top 3.
We hot. It's recorded.
No, Book of Rhymes definitely in my top 3.
Book of Rhymes is crazy.
Because that's off that same album. The unreleased track
Tapes.
that I was telling you about.
Lost Tapes.
Lost Tapes.
Yeah.
Book of Rhymes is definitely in my top 3.
Yeah, Book of Rhymes is just amazing.
Conceptually, like how you can hear him turn through the pages.
Yeah. My people be projects of jail, never harder to yell. Never Harvard or Yale. Pardon me, typing my 2A while I'm charging myself. It's hard to be iced up a Gucci God. Poverty's real. That shit was crazy, dog.
What's his best song with AZ?
Life's a bitch.
Life's a bitch?
Yeah. First of all, that's the best feature in hip hop history.
Okay.
That's the best feature verse. The best feature verse in hip hop history. AZ went nuts, dog.
I think that
what you looking at?
I'm gonna tell you my favorite. I think that definitely is their best song together.
Yeah.
Hands down. But the best song, like my favorite song that I've ever heard them on together would be right here. The Essence.
Oh, The Essence is crazy.
The Essence with
off
of AZ's album.
Yeah. That's a great album. That's a great album. Great song.
Yeah.
Great song. So yeah. All right. Here we are. Drum roll.
Okay. Drum roll.
Number 1. You guessed it, nigga. Ho!
The GOAT.
I mean, who don't see that coming?
It was like obvious.
Who don't see that coming, dog? We both.
If you know me, you know
we both.
Who I believe is the GOAT.
It's the greatest of all time, and he's still alive. So
yes.
Boom, there we go. You can't have a greatest of currently living list without saying the greatest of all time.
There's never been this hot for this long.
This pop or this cop. This pop or this hot. This type of this. There's so many different flows. This one's for this song. The next one I break up. Some you fucks too lazy to make up shit. They crazy. They don't paint pictures. They just trace me. You know what? Soon they forget where they pluck. They hold style from and try to reverse the outcome. I'm like, come on, dog.
Hold to me when Drake said, I can't believe I'm quoting Drake in this. When Drake said,
I didn't cry when Pac died.
But I probably will when Hov does. Like, Hov means so much to the culture. And especially, like, I take it, since this is my kind of conscious, take it to a conscious level. Us as young black men, a lot of people like around our age, period, black men don't grow up with fathers around. So we have to look at like celebrities, athletes, musicians as like role models. That's what we used to, especially in the hood, when like positive role models are like far and few between. So Hov is the one who like you model yourself after, like, dang, I can be a billionaire. I can create a company. I can do this. Like, he gives you so many positive images, and that's beyond rap. When you talk about rap, Oh,
what are you gonna do?
It's like a question.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The only niggas you can compare to Hov are Nas, Biggie, and Pac.
Yeah.
And that's it. And two of them niggas is dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What Hov say, you got me battling Ghost.
Like, I'm supposed to win when you got me battling Ghost.
Win, but you got me battling Ghost, dog. That was poignant. That was, I remember the first time hearing that, I say, yo, he's absolutely right. Even then, though, I still was like, no, Biggie's still the best. Don't care. In fact, I didn't put Hov at number 1 until 444.
Oh, I was way ahead of you.
Oh yeah, most people were. Most people were. I'm a stubborn mule, dog. Like,
I put him firmly at number 1 of greatest of all time. This is not just alive. Greatest of all time, Hov was American Gangster. When I heard American Gangster, I said, oh, wow.
Oh, I put him at number 1 alive after Blueprint. Alive? Yeah, he was definitely after Blueprint. Blueprint came, in fact, before Blueprint, I say this all the time, before Blueprint, DMX was my favorite rapper because Biggie had passed, DMX was around for some of that, and he was just, I mean, it was X, dog. You know what I mean? He was like speaking to me, you know what I mean? But, and I also liked Hov, you know what I mean? He just wasn't my favorite. Partially because fucking Volume 3 was terrible, in my opinion.
Here's the thing. When we was talking about their albums from other rappers, like when I was talking about Kanye, number 3 was, it was okay. Number 1 to me was also okay. It had like, out of say 15 songs, I'm just guessing it had 15 songs on it. 5 of them are great songs on that Volume 1.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like 5 trash songs on there, and it's like 5 okay songs on there.
On Volume 1?
Volume 1. And then, so that's an okay album. Number, the Volume 3, an okay album.
Volume 2, fire. Reasonable
Doubt,
classic. Shoulda went triple.
There's
nothing else to be said about
Blueprint 1 is my favorite hip hop album of all time.
Blueprint 1 is when this nigga put his flag down and said, yo, I don't give a fuck. I am him.
He started the album off, The Ruler's Back. The Ruler's Back.
Yeah. Turn the motherfucking music. Yeah, that shit was crazy, dog. It was, that was 2001.
Right after the first song on that album, it was Takeover. He wanted to let you know that the break is over. I am the best out here.
God MC, me, Jehovah. Hey, little soldier, you not ready for war. That was the beginning of the song. It's track 2. Like, it was insane, dog. He dropped it the day the Twin Towers fell.
Yeah.
Not the next day, not the day before. No. The same day. And I remember because I was taking the I-step. When the towers hit, and I remember that after school, I wanted to go to the mall and go buy the Jay-Z album.
I was on the skip day at that time, and I didn't realize how significant the tower dropping was.
I think anybody did at the time. I was fucking...
But I do know what I remember. From that day, I was playing that whole album. Like, Derek's picked me up. We went and picked up the album. We playing that album the entire fucking day. Like,
mine was I was supposed to go and get it from the mall, whatever, but I didn't because the fucking tower is shit. And but my homeboy Big B, Brandon, Brandon Simmons, he had it, and he lived just a few streets up from me. And I went, and he was like, "Yeah, I got that Hov." And I'm like, man, can I hear you? He gave me a CD player. You know, this was the portable CD player. You know, but Brandon had the no skip joint. Brandon, big brother, was a drug dealer and shit. So he had big bread. He was from Chicago. They had a lot of money. B used to dress super duper fly. B, I hope you see this. You've always been the freshest nigga I've ever known. But yeah, B was just fresh. But he let me hear that shit, dog. And I swear to you, probably for 3 to 4 months, that was the only thing we could talk about. Like,
it changed the game. It was like a culture shift.
It wasn't like, it was the culture shift. Mm-hmm. That started the whole fucking Jay-Z Nas thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. And Jay has to be number one because Jay won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people argue Ether and Takeover all the time, but those are just two songs.
Yeah.
In the beef, as the beef stands, Hov won. And them niggas is like besties now and shit, pause. You know what I mean? First of all,
he signed him.
He signed him.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
What better way to win a beef than to say, hey, I'm your boss now?
Think about the streets. We're in the streets. We got beef.
Never happens. I will die before you. I will die before you employ me.
Hey, you gonna be my worker now.
No, not only are you gonna be my worker, come work my blocks.
Come work my blocks.
And your blocks, whatever that was, they're mine now.
They're mine.
You got blocks, them my blocks. You can still work here, but you gonna work them under my rule.
I'm the connect now.
I'm the connect.
You can come.
I don't give a fuck who you was getting it from before. That's got nothing to do with me. But as of now, these blocks is mine. You could be the man on them when I'm not around.
But if I'm not around, you're the man.
Yeah, you're the fucking man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, Hov. It's Hov, dog.
Hov.
He bagged Beyonce.
I got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. You know, Hov.
And then cheated on him.
And made an album about it.
Made an album about it.
Made a classic album.
Dog, I've had women drop me for less. This nigga was able to bag her, cheat on her, make an album about it, and keep her. Hov.
Hov is the GOAT.
Hov was the GOAT, dog. Hov was the GOAT.
Like,
but let's not. I don't want to do too much. You know what I mean?
I don't think we talked enough about the bars. Like, we talked about everything else. The bars.
I don't think you have to.
You think it's self-explanatory?
It's self-explanatory, dog. Like, even if you're like some fresh 19, 20-year-old, you know what I mean? It's like, well, I love Lil Uzi Vert and some other bullshit like that.
Yeah.
You still have heard Hov.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't heard a song, and let's say Lil Uzi Vert is your man, mm-hmm. You have to remember the Lil Uzi Vert is managed by Hov. Mm. At some point, you're going to have to recognize it.
At some point.
It's
unavoidable.
It's unavoidable. Oh man, I don't really fuck with that old school hip hop shit. I fuck with Lil Wayne. Oh, well, guess what?
You know who his favorite rapper is?
It's Hov. Yeah. Like, there's no way around. I don't really fuck with that. You know, I'm an artsy nigga. I just fuck with Wale. Well, guess who manages Wale? Guess what, nigga? It's Hov. Oh, I don't really like hip hop. I'm more of an R&B person. I love Rihanna. Huh? Well, guess what, nigga? Hov.
I'm part of the Hive.
I be high. Guess what, nigga? Hov. It doesn't matter what you say. It's going to, oh man, you know, I fuck with the South. You know what I mean? Like, I fuck with Gotti. Yo, Gotti, my nigga. Well, guess what, nigga? Hov. He signed the Hov, nigga.
The Rock.
It's the Rock, bitch. You know what I mean?
You gotta throw it up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's the Rock, bitch, you hotter than us. J. Hov, about to change my name to J. Peso. But in the meantime, call me William H. though.
Oh, man.
Remember when he was going by William H?
William H., the all-time great.
I fucked the most hoes out of New York State.
What's your favorite Jay-Z song?
Feeling It.
Feeling It?
I don't even have to think about that. It's Feeling It.
Yeah,
Feeling It. And I know it's not the most lyrical, you know what I mean? But there's something about just that piano and just the way he flowed over that. You're like, it's undeniable, man. It just makes me. If you put Feeling It on, if I'm in a bad mood, it automatically makes my mood better. It's like amazing to me.
I'll say for me, my favorite be Can I Live?
I understand.
Whenever I hear like the sound, I'm like, oh yeah, can I live? When I'm going through things and like when I'm like trying to take myself to like another level, like as far as pushing myself, I listen to that song like, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, yeah, we can do this.
Hey, it's whole.
We got this.
It's the most. First of all, Reasonable Doubt is just. There's not a bad song on it. You know what I mean? There isn't. I don't think there's a bad song on the Blueprint. I don't think there's a bad song on 444.
I'd rather die enormous than live dormant.
That's how we on it. Live at the main event. I bet a trip to Maui on it. Come on, man. Presidential seats my residentials for the weekend. Confidentially speaking in code since you peeking.
In case y'all also wondering, he also has not only the best hip hop album in history to me, he has the best intro of any hip hop album in history.
And it's not even his album. They give it credit to him, but that's a collab album. That's a posse cut album.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But
the Dynasty
intro is the best intro of all time.
Yes.
Of all time.
Yes.
I'm not willing to argue it. I'm not willing to hear anything different. You start la 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 la. I'm not hearing it.
That Meek go hard. I love that Meek. It's number 2.
Oh yeah.
But hey, it's not the whole one.
It's not the intro to the Dynasty album. The theme song to The Sopranos plays on the mental notes of the theme song to The Sopranos plays in the key of life upon my mental piano. Got a strange way of seeing life like I'm Stevie Wonder with He's under the do-rag. Intuition is there even when my vision's impaired. Yeah. Just knowing I can go, just switching the spare on a highway of life. I'm sharp in my sight. Oh, King senses ever since I was a teen on the benches. Every time somebody like Enos was mentioned. Yeah, dog. Greatest ever.
The whole.
And he's still alive, so he wins.
So the honorable mentions?
We can get into the honorable mentions. Who we had here? All right, so just to rehash, from 10 down to 1, we got Busta Rhymes, number 10, Lupe, 9, Nicki / Cardi. We probably gonna get some backlash on that. 7, Eminem. 6, Lil Wayne. 5, J. Cole. 4, Kanye. 3, Kendrick. 2, Nas. And number 1, Jay-Z. Honorable mentions. Let's make this quick.
Okay.
Because we're already getting on it, but no specific order, but Drake.
Okay.
Drake is an honorable mention. Obviously, the nigga is.
I would say he's arguably the best songwriter as far as pop music. Pop music.
He not writing them. See, this is why he can't go on the list.
We don't know how much he wrote.
It don't matter. You can't position yourself as the greatest rapper and you not writing raps. Kanye is the greatest artist, most influential artist. Yeah. So I don't really give a fuck who's writing it. Yeah. He's not out here bragging on his bars and shit like that. You know what I mean?
We also know that Kanye actually wrote some.
Oh yeah, some of them for sure. And he gives credit to people. You know what I mean?
He gives
Whereas Drake tried to hide niggas.
We would have never known.
We would have never known. That's why he can't be top 10. As far as this list is concerned. Yeah. You know what I mean? If your list is more centered around album sales,
number 1 singles.
Yeah.
If you want to
trendy shit, trendiness.
If you want to count that, he's probably top 5 of all time. As far as like album sales, number 1 singles, hands down, he got that covered.
He's somewhere in there, for sure, but not on this list. He's not lyrical enough. We don't know if he writes his own shit. His ability to use the talent that he has, instead of giving us bars, he gives us sad songs.
He definitely has talent.
Definitely got talent. He's using his talents for evil. Yeah. Royce the 5'9". Royce the 5'9". If you just judge him off of his last 2 projects.
Yeah.
He's one of the best rappers currently out.
Yeah.
If you're just going off his last 2 projects.
Yeah.
Problem is, this is not just about recent. Clearly, he's still alive, so there's that. But it's got to be a body. You know what I mean? He's got too much that early shit.
Yeah.
That wasn't that great.
Well, he wasn't focused.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. He always had the ability, but he never used it.
Yeah.
He always had the talent.
Yes.
But he never showcased it up until recently. In them last 2 albums and every feature, kill it, fucking monster. T.I. I feel like it's very important to note. It's one of our honorable mentions. We have 5 honorable mentions. So Drake, Royce, number 3. No specific order is T.I. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. Don't want to go too far into it because he's going through some things right now.
Yeah, but trap music.
Yeah, but trap music. Yeah. Boy, those old albums are amazing. Black Thought.
Most underrated.
Most underrated. And for those who may be a little younger or maybe never have stepped into Black Thought, he's the lead rapper out of the Roots, the legendary Roots crew.
If you like the Roots, you like Black Thought.
And there's no other way around it. I mean, he's the guy. But I will say this. Every rapper that we've named, with the exception of probably Drake, just because he's just different. First of all, he's a Canadian. Every other rapper that we've named probably would have Black Thought in their top 5 rappers right now, just based off of pure skill, pure talent.
Ability to rap.
Yeah, I had him on my list. You know what I mean? But when you average it all out, you know.
You're just going to throw me underneath the bus like that.
I didn't say that. I did not. I had him on my top 10. But, yeah, honorable mention, Black Thought. He's obviously amazing. And last one is Joe Budden. Joe Budden. Now, some people might not be familiar with Joey. But if you go back, to obviously his first album, which is self-titled, I consider it a classic.
Yes.
That first album.
It's actually the first album that we connected on. When we first started having conversations as far as music, that was the first one that we honed in on and we started talking about.
That first album is one of those ones that's like a secret. It's like a secret within hip hop. If I'm talking to somebody and they bring that album up, I automatically put you oh, okay, you know something. You know what I mean? Hip hop niggas, hip hop heads will be like, hey, what you think about that Joe Budden first album? It's pretty resounding that it was amazing.
What you know about the 8 minutes?
What you know? 10 minutes. 10
minutes. Come and take a walk with me.
What you know about come and take a walk?
Come and take a walk with me.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, them shits was that whole album was crazy. And that whole mood music, we talking about it. Yeah. That mood music discography I would run, whatever that was.
5 of them.
It was 5 of them, and that sound, that emo kind of barred up emotional, that shit is
gave birth to Drake.
Gave birth to a lot of these niggas. Yeah. A lot of these niggas. The only difference is Joey wasn't singing about it. Joey was trying to bar you up. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it just so happened we have Royce also in the honorable mentions, and they were in Slaughterhouse.
Yeah. I saw them in concert together, and hands down, Budden was the star of the show.
Joe Budden's another one of those people that I had to say, if you're watching this and you don't know anything about him and you like hip hop, you know what I mean? If you don't, leave it alone. If you like hip hop, go listen to that first album and listen to the Mood Music series. Listen to that, and then you'll see what I'm talking about.
Nah, you gotta go further. You gotta listen to
All Love Lost.
All Love Lost.
Yeah.
All Love Lost.
Which is the album he dropped right before he retired.
Yeah.
All Love Lost.
And War Machine.
Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine.
Them two was his last 2 albums. Came back to back
great music.
Great music.
He's firing off. You knew he was leaving.
Yeah.
He was getting everything off his chest.
It's nothing more you can say after this point like that.
Yeah.
You get everything off.
Yeah. So there we go.
But if you want to come back, Button, we want to see you back in the game.
I don't. Don't touch it, bro. It's too much bullshit out here.
Say where you at in the podcast.
Yeah, pod out. Pod the fuck out. So yeah, there it is. Our top 10 best rappers alive. And then 5 honorable mentions. What's up?
Before we get off, can I give it like an extra honorable mention?
No.
Us coming from Gary, I'm going to give a shout out to Freddie Gibbs for representing from the hometown, Gary, Indiana. That's an honorable mention for me. Just being from the G.
I feel that. He got a long way to go.
He got a long way to go to actually build a list.
But he working. Shit. My extra honorable mention is gonna be Pusha T.
Oh.
It's gonna be Pusha T. Obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go, man.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, B. Appreciate y'all sticking with us. My Kind of Conscious, 10 Greatest. We out.
All right.